Hello there. Nearly 750,000 people have said no to Tony Blair getting a knighthood. The Change.org petition to have Tony Blair stripped of his knighthood has now leapt above 700,000 signatures, and also shows no signs of slowing down any time soon. And the petition for the award to the former Prime Minister of Knight Companion of the Most Noble Order of the Garter to be rescinded is only 5 days old. And this can only be further fuelled by disturbing claims from Blair's former Defence Secretary Geoff resurfacing. These claims that Hoon was ordered to destroy incriminating paperwork first came up in 2015 and was denied by Blair, but the claim has now been laid out in Hoon's newly published book, See How They Run. Geoff claims that his principal private secretary was given the order by Jonathan Powell, the Chief of Staff to the then Prime Minister, to burn a memo from the then Attorney General Lord Goldsmith that called the legality of the conflict with Iraq into question. Mr. Powell denies this allegation. According to Hoon, the order to his PPS was made in no uncertain terms, but was ignored by them, and the document was locked safely away in a safe. One wonders which safe, where it is, and if the document still exists. Anyway, such an order coming from the bowels of Blair's number 10, if proved correct, would further taint his reputation. What's left of it, that is. I've often asked myself, how is it that Tony Blair still struts the world stage pontificating on morality when his devastating legacy on global events clearly points to decisions made by a man who appears devoid of any moral principles at all? But those are my personal musings, and I would say that this spells the end for the former Prime Minister. But we are talking about Teflon Tony, who can get away with anything, it seems. And that raises a whole different set of questions in this world, where there is one rule for us and another for those that tell us how to live our lives while doing just about the exact opposite. To them, there is no morality, just self. And Blair still has his cheerleaders, and one of them is the current Labour Party leader, Sir Keir Starmer. He told Good Morning Britain, "I think Tony Blair deserves the honour. He won 3 elections. He was a very successful Prime Minister. I haven't got time this morning to list all of his many achievements, which I think vastly improved our country." And he waxed lyrical about the minimum wage and Sure Start for young families and the like. And then he said, "But the one I would pick out in particular is the work he did in Northern Ireland and the peace process and the huge change that has made." I wonder if those old soldiers who have faced relentless, decades-long, one-way legal action since then would agree with that observation. I worked myself in Northern Ireland for 6 years with the police service over there, and I saw for myself the profound impact on peace on both communities in Northern Ireland. So I don't think it's thorny at all. I think he deserves the honour. Obviously, I respect the fact that people have different views. Well, it appears that 700,000 plus people do not agree with the Labour leader. Now, the petition on Change.org asks the PM Boris Johnson to petition the Queen to rescind the award. However, the Prime Minister's official spokesman has already said, "Appointments to the Order of the Garter are a matter for Her Majesty the Queen. There is no involvement of the Prime Minister or government, so it wouldn't be one for me to comment on." And added, "I would point out every former Prime Minister before Tony Blair has received the Order of the Garter or Thistle." This just makes the most prestigious honour that someone can get after the Victoria Cross and George Cross sound like a bauble for the boys and girls that you get when your turn on the conveyor belt comes along. Although only 24 Orders of the Garter, the highest, can be made to non-royals, and 21 have already now been awarded, including that of Tony Blair. That leaves 3 to be shared between Gordon Brown, David Cameron, Theresa May and Boris Johnson when he goes. So maybe Brown will have to settle for a Thistle, which is more Scotland-based anyway. But I do see a game of musical garters and thistles coming along soon, barring any holder passing away, that is. And all this makes it very unlikely that Boris Johnson is going to toddle off to Buck House and ask Her Madge to rethink her award, because she, or her successor, might rethink any award that Boris might get in the future. These boats are not designed for rocking, you understand. And it seems they will be handed out in order, even if the conveyor belt is held up. Then, like London buses, they'll all come at once, as Brown, Cameron and May probably get theirs very soon. With the Mirror saying, "There's speculation Tony Blair's knighthood in the New Year's honours may have unlocked gongs for Gordon Brown, David Cameron and Theresa May, and Minister Maggie Throup said it obviously opens doors." I would think they'll do the right thing and wait a respectable pause of 2 marching paces, as the military say, before handing them out to Brown, Cameron and May over the next few months in order. But there is another angle to this Geoff Hoon memo incident. But before I get onto that, I just want to say a massive thank you to all my Super Thanks, Patreon and PayPal supporters, as well as those that do buy a mug with my mug on it. Links in the descriptions box below. You really do help me keep this channel going. Now, going back to the Hoon claim that his PPS was ordered to burn a memo that might call the legality of the UK's involvement in the Iraq conflict into question, one wonders if similar orders will start being given relating to paperwork regarding our current health crisis. Will all those memos talking about how effective or not our new plastic-based face appendages are suddenly be ordered into the shredder? How about the predictions versus reality of regularly being ordered into our homes and our children being forced out of schools? Or the claims versus reality of effectiveness of the various medical interventions? And how about the mystery of the disappearing GPs? How much of this will we really see? Official inquiry or no official inquiry? How many honours have been and will be handed out on the back of questionable data and actions? Will we have to await the publication of books by former ministers and top civil servants before we get wind of what really went on? Will all the wasted cash and wasted lives just end up as the collateral damage of making sure political and business reputations, as well as the related money, are kept intact as possible? That must not be allowed to happen, because taking advantage of a national emergency is nothing short of the crime of looting. And that was a crime that once got you shot on the spot. So what's your opinion on stopping the Blair knighthood? Please like and comment below. Please subscribe and like this video, buy a mug and support me on Patreon or PayPal, and thank you for watching.